So today we are going to be learning how to extract dimensions from your architectural drawing or how to read your architectural drawing for the purpose of measurement and preparing bill of quantities. So let's dive in. Now, when you want to extract the dimensions from your architectural drawings, there are some things you have to be familiar with. First, whenever you're trying to read an architectural drawing, you must view it from the entrance. So if you're looking for, if you're trying to read, let's assume that you're trying to read this architectural plan, you must view it from the entrance. Now, this is how it is when you open it, but you look for the entrance. This is the entrance, so you must view it like this. You must view it from the entrance. That's the first rule. The second rule is that the longest side of an architectural plan is the length. The longest side of the plan is the length. When you look at an architectural plan, they don't specify that this is the length or this is the width, or this is the length or this is the breadth. This drawing is 13.5 meters by 15.37 meters. Obviously, the length of this architectural plan is 15.375 because 15.375 is longer than 13.50. You have the third rule has three subdivisions, and you must be familiar with these three. And this is like the most important aspect of reading your plan. A plan can be dimensioned in three ways. The first one is in to in. The second one is out to out. And the third one is center to center. So, what is in to in, what is out to out, and what is center to center? These are the three rules or key guidelines to extracting dimensions from your architectural plan. Let's go to actually extracting our dimensions. Let's assume that this is an architectural plan, just a mock architectural plan. Of course, an architectural plan is usually more complex than this, but let's just take this as an example. So, I said there are three ways of dimensioning a plan. There's in to in, out to out, and center to center. So, let's say this plan is 15 meters long. That's the out to out. From this outer block to the outer block is 15 meters. So that's the out to out dimension. So let's now assume that the block is 225 mm. So let's further say, okay. I hope I'm communicating. So assuming there's a building, this is a building now. This is the outside wall of the building. If you're outside, this is the wall you'll be looking at. So if taking from this outside wall to the other end, that's out to out. Let's say that's 15 meters. Then the internal block that you're looking at, let's say is 225. So this is a practical example of out to out. You can see the size of this wall, this external wall is 225. 225. Look at the dimensions. This mark, see that mark, make it 225. So the out, this marking marks the outside, the out to out, and you can see the out, another out to out dimension just below the 225 225 mm, which is here. From here to here is the dimension, from there to there. So a summation of all this will give you the dimension of this horizontal side. So out to out dimensions are dimensions from the edge of one block to the edge of another. So from this outside to this outside, the length is 15 meters. and this block like this is 0.23. That's if you convert this 225 to meter, it will be 0.23 meter or 225 millimeter. So the in now the center to center dimension is the dimension, the length from one center, this center like this, to another center. A practical example of center to center is this dimension. You can see it is taken from the center of this block, center to another center. So this is a center to center dimension. So what is the, since if this block is 225, the center will be what? Half of 225. So half of 225 to half of 2. Therefore, if we now want to get the center to center dimension, we will deduct half of 225, because the center of this block now is how we get it. We'll move to half of 225. We'll deduct half of 225 from 15, another half of 225 from 15. That would be 2 by half of 225. Now let's say 15 meters, 15.00, that middle. And we say the size of this block is 225. 225 mm. That will now be, now the middle is half of this 225. This place 2 is also 25. The middle is half of 225. So to get the length from this center to this center, we will now say 2 by half of 225. We'll deduct 2 by half of 225 from 15 meters. So that will now be 15 meters less 2 by half 225, which is also going to give us 225. That will now be 0.23741. So our center to center is what? 14.77 meter. That's our center to center dimension. So now our in to in is from this inside now, the inside of this block, where the block starts from inside, the edge of the internal block. So you know the out to out is from outside, from this outside to this outside. Center to center is from the middle, from the center to the center. In to in is from the inside to the inside. So since we say this block is 225 and this is 15 meters, we'll just deduct 225 by 2 from 15. So now here it will be, this is 15 meter, or the dimension of the block, or the out to out, less 2 by 225, which will give us 450, right? So that will be 0.45. Here will give us 5. Here will give us 5. Here will give us 4, 1. So our in to in dimension is now therefore 14.55 meters. So this same principle is what you are going to apply anytime you want to extract dimensions from an architectural plan. You first view the plan from the entrance. You understand that the longest side is the length, and you check for in to in. So likewise, they can just give you center to center. So assuming that they didn't give us out to out, they just give us center to center. So that's 14.77 meter. So how will we get our out to out? Very simple. If this block is 225, the half of and we are looking for out to out, we just say okay, this place is at the middle. So to get it to bring it to look to get out to out, we are going to bring it from here to here, from the center to the outer. So what we need to add to this 40.77? Half of 225, because we already have half. So to bring it to the out, we have to add the remaining half. So what about this other place too? It's at the center too. We have to add half of 225 to bring it to the out too. So that will now be add half by 225. So that's what 225 0 point. This marker is acting up. That will be 0.23. 7 plus this is what? 0. 7 plus 3 is 10. You add 0, bring 1, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. 0. Add 1 here, taking 5, 1. That's what? 15.00 meter. Yeah, 15.00. So that's the way you extract dimensions from your. So even if it was internal, if you had internal blocks like this, these are internal walls. If you are now asked that what is the length of this wall, and they now give you the dimension from here, and now say this is 3 meter. Now say, okay, what's the length of this place? What will you do? You already know that this block is 225 and this block is 225, and they say you get the length of this wall. You just say 225 times 2. This 225 and this 225. 225 times 2, that's what? 450. 450 mm, you convert it to meter. So this is 3.00. You now subtract 450, 0.45. Because 1000 millimeter makes 1 meter. So to convert 450 millimeter to meter is 450 divided by 1000, which will give you 0.45. So this 5 5.2. Therefore, the length of this place from here to here is 2.55. Voila. So that's how you extract dimension from an architectural plan. So that's all for today's video. I hope you now understand and know how to extract dimensions from an architectural drawing. Make sure you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. Please, it's not that's just consider that as my payment. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified whenever I drop more educational content. And don't forget, if you have any questions or any observation, please drop it in the comment section down below. Thank you.